Let's listen to what Bill Belichick had to say about the Browns or running back Nick Chubb.
As I said, they're very well coached. Callahan does a tremendous job with the offensive line. Their fundamentals are good. Their schemes are good. They create opportunities for the backs, and then the backs, specifically Chubb, does a lot on his own. He's very hard to tackle. He's got tremendous contact balance, playing strength, good vision, good patience. He really sets up his blocks well. He gets the most out of every block, and then he's very hard to get on the ground. Plays with a good ball security, and as that explosive plays, gets a lot of tough yards, gets a lot of consistent yards. He's really good, and he's got a good group in front of him, and they absolutely know what they're doing. They handle defensive challenges as well as anybody, stunts, alignments, blitzes. I mean, they waxed us pretty good last year, especially early in the game. So, like I said, we got to work it out for us.
And that means they're going to try to take Nick Chubb away. And I don't know what game he keeps referring to that. The Browns had their way with him early in the game. I don't know what game Coach Belichick was watching because I didn't see that.
I think in his mind he's thinking about Nick Chubb and the Browns' run game. Nick Chubb didn't play last year, so I think in his mind he's going back to the last time we played Nick Chubb. That was 2019. Nick Chubb did have like that 70-yard run where he fumbled it in that game, and I think that's what he's referring to. Honest to God, I think that's because he can't be referring to when we gave up 45 unanswered versus McCorkle Jones. Like, that can't be what he's referring to. So I think that's that. But, yeah, this is going to be interesting because Nick Chubb did not play in that game last year where they did get the beat down on us. And I think that's going to make a difference, right? Nick Chubb being out there, he usually does well against edges like Matt Judon. I think he has like 5 yards per carry personally on Matt Judon himself because Matt kind of takes the inside and he's a strong dude, but you can get him pinned in. So, yeah, that's going to be the game plan. Look, but this is no different than every other team that plays us for the last 4 years, right? The game plan has always been to take away Nick Chubb. I don't know who ever went into a game plan playing the Cleveland Browns since Nick Chubb's been on the team and was a starter and said, hey, man, we're going to take away the quarterback. That's never happened while Nick Chubb was the starter of this team. It's always been we got to take away Nick Chubb. So the good news is this offense is built to handle that stress. This is not something that's going to shake them up, where it's like, hey, they're going to stack the box and stop Nick Chubb. Ooh, man, that's what we've been dealing with every year, right? Jacoby Brissett, Baker Mayfield, same thing, right? Nobody is emptying out the box because they're so worried about this passing attack. It's always been when you play the Cleveland Browns, what are you going to do to stop Nick Chubb? And to Nick Chubb's credit, he has been better than any solution for him, especially this year. There has been no solution. When Mike Tomlin didn't hold him under 100 yards, which Mike Tomlin always does do stuff to Nick Chubb that like nobody else does for whatever reason, that's when I was like, okay, this is different because that's a barrier they haven't broke before. So, yeah, that's going to be their plan. And I say this every week whenever I talk to people who cover other teams about, Nick Chubb. Everybody's plan is to stop Nick Chubb. But his numbers are his numbers, right? Like, his numbers are the result of that game plan. So don't just think just because that's your plan, it's going to work because he's Nick Chubb. Like, everybody trying to stop him. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, they're going to try to take him away. It's the Browns' job to make that impossible.